afternoon, and welcome to a special edition of the Ellen Carrington Show. We are coming to you live this week from Tampa, Florida once again. I hope all of you are well after the long break between today's show and the last episode, and you're enjoying the weekend thus far. Quick note, the old shows from the Spreaker page have been removed, as I do once a month, and they are archived as for other past shows on YouTube channel. And for those of you who don't have that web address, it's www.youtube.com/user/LAC1962. So you go in there, find your favorite show, give it a listen, and you can leave some feedback too. But here we are in Florida, no hotels this time around. My partner bought a house here in Tampa recently, and it is quite a place. There are 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, an indoor pool, which is fantastic, by the way. Top-of-the-line security system, huge front and backyard, and you are going to love this. In the back of the house, outside the backyard, a boat dock. No kidding. You can park your boat out back and your car in front. Pretty cool, huh? But anyway, it's costing my partner a hefty mortgage, to say the least. But he thought this house was a wise investment, and he's already rented out 2 of the 4 bedrooms. And the boarders who are living here, they took the liberty upon themselves to keep up the lawn and general an eye on everything when he's not here. And which is pretty cool. He kind of gave him a break on the rent, you know. I mean, they're not living there rent-free, obviously, but they're not paying a small fortune that he would usually charge. So everybody wins. But enough about this lovely house, however. I will get on to some Florida topics for today. And the first one is something I read. It's a survey about Tampa being the most stressful city in America. Can you believe that? Kind of a little dumbfounded about that too, but they weren't the only city that placed in the top 10. Listen to this. There were some other Florida cities too. Miami placed 3rd. Jacksonville was in 4th. You have Orlando in 6th place, and West Palm Beach rounds out the top 10. Can't see where Florida is so stressful. Then again, I'm not a native of here. I just pop down now and again with the partner. But my home base on a regular basis is back up in Pittsburgh, which, by the way, I want to say hello to everybody there who's listening in today. I understand it's a little cooler up there, but I kind of like it. It's fall weather. It's September, but it's better than baking down here. But anyway, I don't know how many of you take these surveys about who's the most stressful city or whatever, so seriously, but a firm called Sperling's Best Places weighed in factors such as unemployment rates, of course, suicide rates, which is kind of bizarre, commute times, like most any city, here's mental health, and here's some strange ones, poor rest, alcohol use, violent crime rates, which violent crime rates isn't so bizarre, that usually weighs in with most cities, property crimes, and here's something that'll blow your mind. Cloudy days. I'm dead serious about this. Cloudy days. Whoever compiled this thing should maybe visit Pennsylvania and some of the northern states more often. If you're going to add cloudy days to their data, because back in Pittsburgh, there's like 4 seasons, or winter, more winter, construction, and stink bugs. You can quote Pittsburgh Dad on that, by the way. Who knows? Maybe some people do find Florida stressful, but I think any city in the world has its share of stress factors and its flaws, so take or leave this survey as you will. And if you really want to see something stressful, check this out. Or maybe you like it. State Representative Matt Gaetz here down in Florida, he filed a bill that would legalize consumer fireworks here in the state. However, the bill is facing some opposition from several fire chiefs. But This bill is presently called HB 4005, and it would repeal prohibition on selling fireworks to consumers, remove requirements for testing, and approval of sparklers, and for those who make and sell sparklers to register with the state. You know, some people think, well, why are sparklers regulated? I mean, they're harmless. You light them up, you whip them around on the 4th of July or whatever. But you'd be surprised how many people are injured on something that looks so innocent. Now, of course, I mean, you're not going to blow off your finger like you would a, firecracker or whatever, but sparklers can be just as dangerous. So everything has to be regulated. But I can see concern with people who are opposing this bill. As many know, fireworks can be dangerous, as I mentioned a few seconds ago, and things can go wrong in the hands of professional people who use them in commercial settings. You see them at baseball games or sporting events, 4th of July, things like that. But, can you imagine if these would go into the hands of, your neighbor across the street, who has no idea what he's doing. He's thinking, I'm going to just sit this thing on the ground and light it, see it, watch it go up in the air. Meanwhile, he blows off an arm or something. So, in any event, if HB 4005 is approved, many are hoping Representative Getz will agree to these changes that keep safety regulations in place. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Here's a little note on fireworks while we're discussing it briefly. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says Florida is one of 40 states with exemptions or other loopholes that allow some consumer fireworks, including sparklers. And let's see how this works out. And fireworks were involved in 2012 in an estimated 8,700 injuries treated in emergency rooms. I don't even want to imagine what 2013 statistics are going to look like. So let's get off fireworks and talk about cooking. Speaking of things hot, how would you like to go to a place where not only you can buy authentic Italian ingredients, but also cookware and other items to prepare it? Yeah, this is pretty awesome. You can now actually do both. And both native Floridians and tourists alike are familiar with Mazzaro's Italian market, which is best known for its handmade linguine and ravioli, fresh roasted espresso, and they might put Wisconsin here to shame for a moment. 300 varieties of cheese from all over the world. Yeah, we'll give Wisconsin a run for its money there when it comes to cheese, huh? But customers can pop in next door to Casa de Mazzaro, a 4,300 square foot warehouse where high-end cookware, home goods, and other specialty items are being sold. And they're planning some cooking classes in the future for the second floor of this building. And I was reading this article and happened to mention that a native of Pittsburgh, speaking of up north, who relocated to Clearwater about 10 years ago, he compared the indoor market atmosphere of Mazzaro's to the outdoor shops and grocers in Pittsburgh's Strip District. So that kind of piqued my interest too. Hopefully we can make it to Mazzaro's this weekend while I'm here. We'll be leaving tomorrow night to come back north. And I'd love to see this place. Not only does the thought of fresh roasted espresso have my craving in high gear, speaking of wanting good things, but it's also a great place maybe to pick up a special treat and make a dinner for the boarders here. They're out for the day. It's a beautiful afternoon. They're out on their boating. Speaking of the boat dock. But yeah, we'll treat them to a nice little dinner before we head back north tomorrow night. And speaking of attractions, another one here is the St. Petersburg Pier. You've probably heard a lot of this in the news, especially if you're from Florida. And it's now up for historical status. The St. Petersburg Pier is better known as simply, quote-unquote, the pier. And it was constructed 40 years ago. The pier officially closed to the public at the end of May of this year, with plans for the inverted triangle to be demolished and replaced with a new design known as the lens. However, the end of August there came a little kink. St. Pete residents weren't crazy about the lens, obviously, because they voted down the idea. They said, yeah, we don't want this. We don't like it. It's ugly. It doesn't represent St. Pete, whatever. But right now, historical status may unlikely save the inverted triangle from demolition. It's going to be another hurdle for city leaders to clear if they follow through with tearing down the current structure. They are still waiting for a permit from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to demolish the pier, but that may not happen until a new proposed design is in place. Hopefully a design that citizens will actually like. I wasn't sure about the lens myself, but apparently it didn't go over very well with many of the St. Pete folks because they said, nah, forget it. But the Historical Registry was established in 1966 to help protect buildings, burial grounds, and other historical sites from being lost to development. And the buildings considered for historical status are usually 50 years old or older and have retained their historic integrity, but some exceptions can be made for structures either considered significant or exceptionally important to a city's history. And pretty much the pier falls into this category, so that's probably why some people are pushing for this. No one really knows for sure what the next step will be in the whole pier situation, so if you're in Florida or you happen to be a fan of the St. Pete Pier, keep an eye on future updates. Now, some other highlights of Florida here involve sports, and my show is usually not complete without sports. Tampa Bay has thrown in a bid to host the Super Bowl. Not this year's, obviously, but Bay Area officials expressed an interest to the National Football League early last month in serving as hosts for the 2018 Super Bowl. And Indianapolis also tossed in their hat as a host for the next available game. But Tampa Bay has a little experience in hosting Super Bowl. This isn't going to be their first rodeo, obviously, if they get this. But they hosted in 1984, 1991, and 2001. That's pretty cool. One for each of the last few decades, so to speak. But on a side note, the National Football League is set to narrow their choice in October, which is actually about a few weeks away here, and officially announced the 2018 host city next May. I probably think, let's pick a city this year and that'll be next year's Super Bowl. No, it doesn't exactly work that way. You got to do it like a few years ahead of time. So they're going to pick the city in May 2014. And hopefully Tampa Bay will emerge victorious in their bid to host another year of the most important event in American football. So Tampa Bay, good luck, and we hope to see the Super Bowl in 2018. And on the subject of sports, baseball season may be almost over for the year, but the Rays released their official schedule for 2014. Their season opener, will kick off on March 31st, 2014 against the Blue Jays. And in addition, they're going to play 20 interleague games next season. Pirates fans, you'll be interested in this. Now, obviously, we're not going to play in Pittsburgh, but they are going to square off against the Rays at Tropicana Field from June 23rd to 25th. And it's going to be the Pirates' first appearance there at the Trop since 2003, over a decade. And by the way, Bucks, congratulations on a winning season. Nice to hear the curse is finally broken after 21 years. Hey, good job. But one more note while we're talking about sports, or in this case, sports entertainment. Another thing the show wouldn't be complete without. Guess what day it is? No, it's not Hump Day, obviously. But 15 years ago today, a landmark day for an old Cruiserweight Championship. September 14th, 1998, Billy Kidman defeated Juventud Guerrera to win his first WCW Cruiserweight Championship. He held this championship until November 16th of that same year, when Juventud won back the title, but that didn't last long either. Kidman emerged victorious once again on November 22nd, 1998. And he held that title until March 15th, 1999. So it was a little bit of a longer stretch. And if you never saw the September 14th, 1998 match, or you're a WCW fan who'd like to relive that particular moment, I'm going to post the links where you can watch the entire match. It's in 2 parts on YouTube, and both will be made available along with other links of stories we've talked about today. And you want to check them out, we'll pop them right up there on the Facebook page. And while we're briefly discussing wrestling, WWE Smackdown will return to Tampa on October 29th, 2013. The show will take place at the Tampa Bay Times Forum, and it's going to be the first Smackdown taping in over 3 years. What you can do, you can purchase tickets online at Ticketmaster while supplies last. And again, as I mentioned, all the links, you can check out my Facebook page. I'll be there, and you'll check out the Spreaker page too while the shows are still up. And finally, this show wouldn't be complete without at least one mention of something in the writing and public industry. I'm happy to promote Pubslush Press. It's a crowd publishing platform where authors raise funds and gauge the initial market for new book ideas, trend-setting readers, and they pledge support to bring such book to fruition. Pubslush Press also supports children's literacy worldwide, and they offer many opportunities for publishing or readership or whatever. You want to check out the new site. You can also follow Pubslush on Twitter and like their page on Facebook. And it's pretty different. You'll like to have a look at that. It's been great today. But while we're in Tampa, nothing will be complete without Tampa Craigslist. I haven't done Craigslist for a while, so I'm going to go, let's do a strictly platonic for today, just for laughs. We'll just put a couple in here then, and I'll play another song to close out the show. And let's see. Mature looking for a young handyman. Woo! Man for man. Here we go. Mature couple offering side jobs, various tasks on an occasional basis. From yard work to construction helper. Hourly age. Over 25 years old and under 35 years old. Build a friendship with us. If you have your own transportation, pickup truck, and you're old too, since jobs can be available. Must and foremost, be single. No ex-wives or kids. Be open-minded and doing more with us as friendship builds. Good opportunity for someone who wants more than sex. Please locate in a civilian area, not in the clubs or black males, just a preference. Plus, if you're Christian or Asian. Thanks. Reply back with your stats and your city location. Do not send penis pics. Regards. Now, let me think about this for a moment. You're in strictly platonic, but you want all these requirements. What is wrong with this picture? Okay? Yeah, you know, I've seen some weird things, but the real goofy ones are in Pittsburgh's Craigslist, but I'll save them for next week's show. But here we go. Need a friend. Oh, wait a minute. Son, yeah. I need a woman friend for friendship and company. The guy's 50 years old, by the way. No sex, no relationship, no pressure, no games. Please put Tampa in the subject so I know it's not spam. 420 friendly. By the way, that's a pot reference, folks. Relax, massage, have lunch, go to the beach, or just hang out and watch a movie. Ask any questions, chat or text, but please be ready to meet soon. I am good at massage, swimming, and many other things. I am financially secure and independent. He sounds pretty good, huh? Yeah. Just pop in for one more. Bucks Game Beauties. 29-year-old. 29. Well, that posting's been deleted. Guess they chickened out. Here we go. Casino Tonight in Pinellas County. Nice looking guy. He's got his picture up here. Would like to go to the casino tonight and would like to know if anyone wants to go with me. And by the way, he's 47 years old, and I say he looks pretty nice looking guy. If I already wasn't attached, I'd probably take him up on it just for good time. Need a friend. 34-year-old man. Recently relocated here from Nashville. Looking for friends to hang out, fishing, karaoke, street parties, concerts, bars, etc. Currently a stay-at-home dad, so I don't get many opportunities to meet people. Thought I would give this a try. If interested, email me and we'll see what goes from there. Strictly platonic. Well, at least somebody went by platonic. But that's enough for today. It's been great sharing the episode. Just on a side note, we will be back on the air from Pittsburgh this coming Wednesday, September 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Till then, we'll close out with another song. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your weekend. See you soon.
Run if you want to, yeah, cause you can't hide. So you can run if you want to, cause you can't hide. I see you don't know who you dealing with, but I don't have it all. I'm a lunatic, cause in society, they label me a threat. But I'm just getting started, I'm not finished yet. Look me in my eyes, I can see your thoughts. All your ups and downs, all your little faults. Keep acting tough, it's gonna get creepy. All of a sudden you start to feel sleepy. But in these streets when you doze off, you wake up with your clothes off. Ashamed, feeling so lost, whoa. You see my crew, you know my style. Victory is mine, you're going down. Cause in society, they label me a threat. But I'm just getting started, I'm not finished yet. Look me in my eyes, I can see your thoughts. All your ups and downs, all your little faults. Keep acting tough, it's gonna get creepy. All of a sudden you start to feel sleepy. But in these streets when you doze off, you wake up with your clothes off. Ashamed, feeling so lost, whoa. You see my crew, you know my style. Victory is mine, you're going down. Over the fence, run under the bed, put down the block, but you can't hide. You can stay at your friends, sleep in your beds, free from your sins, but you can't hide. We get it poppin', baby. We give it to them, daddy. Yeah. Now make noise. Yeah. We make noise.